Okay, hello guys. How is everything for you? It's a very sunny, nice morning here, and I'm making another video to help you to understand more about the speaking sample test 1 that we did on class. And this time I'm not going to give you band 9 answers because that's quite challenging. This time I'm going to do band 7 and 8 answer. So it's more approachable, more accessible, and it's easier to you guys to understand and comprehend. All right, so let's get started. I'm just going to do part 1 and part 2. I'm not going to do part 3. First question, stranger. Is it easy to strike up or start up a conversation with strangers? Well, I am an extrovert person, so I find it rather simple to get connected with people I have never met. It's just as simple as coming to him or her and breaking the ice by talking about some regular, familiar topics. That's my trick, and it has worked flawlessly for me all the time. All right, so notice that this is like a 15 to 20 second answer, and you can guarantee that this can be band 7 or band 7.5 depending on how you say it. Some good vocabulary that we can find in this answer. First is extrovert. All right, so extrovert, we learned that on class. That means a person who is very active, outgoing, and that person is willing to take risks or willing to talk to others. And the second phrase is find it. All right, so I find it means I feel it is like this, it is like that. So if I say I find it challenging, that means I have a feeling that it is difficult. Or I find it amazing to do such an activity. That means I feel it is amazing to do this activity. All right, so rather here means fairly. All right, so it means fairly or it means a little. It's a little simple, it's rather simple, it's fairly simple to get connected with. So this is a phrase. Get connected with means to connect with people, right? You can say it's not easy to get connected with Mark because he is always busy. It is easy to get connected with Sarah because she's always available. All right, so in the question they use the word stranger, but here I don't want to repeat it, so I say people I have never met. So that's a replacement. That's a great replacement there. As easy as is a great phrase, right? Breaking the ice, this is an idiom in English. That means, when you see a stranger at an event, like a wedding, a birthday party, or whatever the occasion is, and then you break the ice, that means you go and you start a conversation with a stranger. Right? You never knew that person before, but then you are starting up a conversation, and then that's called breaking the ice. That's my trick. I can also say that's my routine. That's my habit. Đó là cái thói quen. That's my habit. It's my routine, and it has worked flawlessly. So flawlessly is a great word. No error, no mistake. All right. So flawless. Flaw means mistake. Flawless means no mistake, no error for me all the time. Okay. So try to learn some vocabulary, try to learn some structures, and try to learn the style, how to answer, how to cram in a lot of good vocabulary and good structure into your answer. Right, let's move on. Do you carry on conversation with strangers? I would say that the frequency isn't very high, as I am usually attending meetings and occasions where there are people of my social circle, like colleagues, high school buddies, mutual friends, and so forth. But every now and then, I would see someone new, and I do talk to them if I have a chance. All right, so this is also a band 7.5 or 8, depending on how you express it. The first great word is frequency. I think we learned that in class before. Frequency means how often you do it. Okay, in this case, I say, so in this case, I'm saying, all right, the frequency isn't very high. That means only very, very rarely. I'm usually attending meetings and events where there are lots of people of my social circle. Okay, so Social circle means it's like your safety zone. Là những người bạn mà mình quen, những người không phải là người lạ. My social circle, like colleagues, high school buddies, and mutual friends. Mutual friends, bạn chung. If you use Facebook and you change your Facebook into English, you can see that, okay, so Phương Anh and Ling are mutual friends of Vu, okay, for example. Because I am a friend with Phương Anh and I am a friend with Ling, so you guys are mutual friends. And so forth. So forth means so on. All right? So forth just means so on, but it's more advanced. Every now and then is an idiom, all right? And it means sometimes. So I can say, every now and then I would visit Jack. So sometimes I visit Jack. I would see someone new, I would talk to them if I have chance. So this is an advanced grammar structure here, right? If. This is a band 7.5, and try to get something new from here, try to get the style, try to get how, you know, the speaker or the candidate answers, and then you can copy some great way to start your answer. Do you mind being evaluated when you meet someone for the first time? Well, I consider myself quite a sensitive person, and that means I am easily affected by people's words. In the case of the first meeting and my partner judges me, I would feel upset because only time will tell if a person is trustworthy or not. All right, so notice in this case, first impression isn't always accurate, and for me, judging a book by its cover isn't something positive. This is quite a long answer, but still ensure that I, answer in about 20 to 25 seconds. So it's long, but it's still within the safety zone. All right, let's do some analysis of good vocabulary and good structure in this answer. All right, sensitive person, so that is a noun phrase. All right, this is a noun phrase with a combination of an adjective, sensitive, and a noun person, sensitive person. And that means, okay, so this is relative clause. Okay, not relative clause, sorry, but this is like a good vocabulary. That means I like to play sport. That means I am very outgoing. I like to learn mathematics. That means I'm good with numbers. I like to do gymnastics. That means I am conscious about my health. So that means it's a good phrase. And I'm easily affected. This is a verb phrase. And it is passive. Bị động. All right, it is a verb phrase and it is passive. Easily is an adverb. Affected is a verb. And they combine to make a verb phrase, a passive verb phrase. And you get very high score for passive because it's advanced. All right, judge. Judge, I don't want to repeat the word evaluate, so I'm using the word judge here. Same meaning, but different way of expression. Trustworthy, đáng tin cậy. It's the same as reliable. All right, trustworthy is reliable. First impression, ấn tượng ban đầu. Okay, so this is also a noun phrase. First is an adjective and impression is a noun. So first impression, a noun phrase. Accurate is an advanced vocabulary and it means correct, exact, or true. Right? So there are different synonyms of this word, but this one is the most high class, so I'm using it. And for me, judging a book by its cover, this is an idiom. Judging a book by its cover. Xem mặt mà bắt hình dong. All right, so it's an idiom. It's a great one. Okay, for me, judging a book by its cover isn't something positive. Let's move on. Why do some people find it hard to make friends with others? Well, speaking of this, I guess each person has his or her own. All right. I guess that each person has his or her own personal traits. Some are outgoing and hence find it easier to get into a relationship. Others are introvert and quiet. Thus, they might encounter some hardships when breaking the ice with an unfamiliar individual. So, unfamiliar individual, I'm going to do some analysis of the good phrases and vocabulary. Speaking of this, it's very natural and it's a way for you to start your answer while you are thinking. Right? While you are thinking, you need to say something in order to fill the empty space. We call that filler. Từ này là từ để gọi là câu giờ ấy. Personal trait, that's a noun phrase. So personal is an adjective and trait is a noun. And trait is a is an advanced word of the word characteristic or personality. So each person has his or her own personal characteristic, his or her own personal personalities. Some are outgoing, right? So outgoing is a good vocabulary. Hence is a better word for so. Find it, feel that it is, get into a relationship. That means make friend, right? That's synonym. Introvert, that's the opposite, okay? Or encounter. Encounter means to be faced with. For example, I can say, in your pathway of learning English, you will encounter a lot of challenges and difficulties. Or you can also say, on my journey to the Everest mountain, I encounter a lot of hardships. Okay, hardship is just another way of saying difficulty. When breaking the ice with an unfamiliar individual, so that just basically means stranger. But I don't want to repeat the word stranger too many times, so I'm using some synonyms in order to replace it, to make my answer more advanced, more diverse, and more impressive with the examiner. All right, okay, let's go on to another question. What is the most important thing that you have done? All right, so this is another topic then. Okay, let's see how I get Ben 7.5 or 8 answer for this question. To be honest, any decision I have made so far is important. But probably getting into university is one of the most significant events, as it has given me the experiences that I would not have had if I had chosen another path. I think I made the right choice, and I do hope it will give me some positive results after my graduation. Okay, so notice that I'm leaving some blanks here because you can fill in the name of your university. Could be getting into medical university, economics university, industrial university, international school, or Harvard University, who knows? Let's do some analysis. Okay, to be honest, that's just another way of saying in fact. Or a longer one is as a matter of fact. All right, as a matter of fact, in fact, to be honest. So far, không phải là xa quá mà dài quá đâu, mà có nghĩa là cho đến bây giờ. It means till now. Right? And the decision I have made until now is important. Okay. Here I'm not replacing the word important, and that's why I'm only getting Ben 7.5. I'm not getting Ben 9 because I did not paraphrase it. But probably getting into blah, blah, blah. Getting into is also a good phrase. Going to university or getting into university, those are interchangeable. You can use them in replacement of each other. As here means because, right? If mệnh đề quan hệ loại 3, mệnh đề không phải mệnh đề quan hệ nhầm, câu điều kiện. Okay, so this is if type 3. It's very, very advanced. All right, it is something that did not happen in the past, that was not real in the past. Okay, and if you want to use it, probably you need to do some research on Google on how to use conditional if type 3. Okay, you can read some examples and then you will know how to do it correctly. Make the right choice. Okay, so make the right choice, that's collocation. Collocation is the rule, the regulation in English that some words always go together. For example, do homework or make the bed, do gardening. So they are collocation. They always go with each other, right? Make the right choice is also a collocation, a phrase that goes with each other as one chunk, as one unit. Okay, not too many things to learn here, but you can learn how the candidate gets a band 7.5 or a band 8 answer because of the flow of the answer, because of the fluency, and because of some, good grammar. Let's move on. How do you consider something important or not? Speaking of this, I always set criteria for anything I do. The first one is the relevance of the thing to my plan. If it fits my personal agenda, then it's important. The second is the influence it brings to me or my life. For example, taking the IELTS test plays a big role for me because it might change my future career forever. All right, so this is a standard 20-second answer to a part 1 question. Let's do some analysis of the good words and phrases in this part. Criteria. Tiêu chí. Okay, I always said criteria. Remember, this is already plural, so no s. Từ này bản chất của nó là số nhiều rồi, cho nên là không thêm s nha. For anything I do. The first one is the relevance. Liên quan đến cái kế hoạch của tôi. First one is the relevance of the thing to my plan. So if this thing is related to my plan or not. If it is not related, it's not important. But if it is related, it is important. If it fits my personal agenda. Personal agenda is just a way of saying my personal goal, right? My personal target. Cái mục tiêu cá nhân của tôi. Then it's important. Đây là cái câu điều kiện này. Nếu thì, nếu như nó thế này thì nó thế kia. If it fits my personal plan, then it's important. Okay, the second is the influence. For example, taking the IELTS test plays a big role. All right, plays a big role is a collocation. It's a phrase that always go with each other. Play a role, play a significant role, play an important role, play a crucial role. All right, play a blah 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 role. It might. So here I'm using a possibility. So I don't say it will, but it might. I mean, it has the possibility of about 80%. Maybe it will change, maybe it will not change, but it's highly likely. Future career. All right, that's a good phrase. Future is an adjective, career is a noun, and future career is a noun phrase. It's better than my job, all right? Change my job forever, but future career is a better way to express that it's about your job, your future job. All right, so this one is a standard band 7.5 to 8 answer. Try to copy some good things from here and then write down if it is necessary. I think that, making a personal note, making like note of all the good things you have learned is a very good way to memorize anything. For example, when you see it for the first time, you hear it, and then you write it down. That means the second time you learn it. And then you spend another time to review the thing you have noted down. Then there's 3 repetitions of one knowledge. And so it would increase your chance of remembering it, memorizing it, and knowing how to use it in the future. All right, let's move on. Do you get help from people when doing something important? From my perspective, it depends on the occasion. If I am sure that I can handle the matter myself, I might not seek assistance. However, if it is something out of my reach, help is necessary. For example, when I was doing a project at school, I would not have been able to finish it without my teacher's guidance. So I'd say help isn't essential at all times as long as I can get it done on my own. Wow, this is a very, very advanced answer. A lot of advanced grammar in this place. From my perspective, all right, that just means in my opinion. We learned that in lesson 1. All right, handle means solve, deal with, giải quyết vấn đề. All right, the matter is problem or question. I might not seek assistance, tìm kiếm sự trợ giúp. It means find help. However, if it is something out of my reach, or you can also say out of my control, vượt quá tầm kiểm soát, help is necessary. All right. For example, when I was doing a project at school, blah blah blah. Without, this is câu điều kiện loại 3. I wouldn't have been able to finish it without. That means tôi đã không thể hoàn thành được cái dự án đó nếu như không có sự trợ giúp của giáo viên. I wouldn't have been able to finish it if I did not have, or if I had not have. If I had not had. Okay, I wouldn't have been able to finish it if I had not had my teacher's guidance. Okay. So I'd say it isn't essential. Essential is just a better way of saying important, crucial, significant, as long as. Okay. As long as means khi mà. Okay, as long as I can get it done. Đây là cấu trúc bị động này. Get something done. Làm cái điều gì đó. Ví dụ như là I can get my bike fixed tomorrow. I can get my laptop repaired at this shop. Okay, so this is a very, very good answer. A lot of advanced stuff and a lot of things for you to learn here. So try to copy something good. Let's move on. Do you make sure something important will be done carefully? Let's see how I answer it. Of course, yes. I wouldn't want even a small error or a small mistake to occur to my big plan, because sometimes one false step leads to another. So I always try my best to handle things at the most meticulous manner. It might be a little more time consuming, but the result is worthy. And I have a personal motto: better safe than sorry. So carefulness is a must in many cases. Again, this is a very good answer. Let's do some analysis. Error, mistake, or fault. To occur, happen. All right? Because sometimes one false step leads to another. This is an idiom in English that means sai một ly đi một dặm. Sai một ly đi một dặm. All right, so it means that, even a small mistake can lead to disaster. Handle, I think we do that again. All right, deal with, address, solve. Meticulous manner. All right, meticulous is an adjective that means careful. It is just another way of saying careful. All right. The most careful manner. Manner here means way. All right. I would do it in the most careful way. Time consuming. All right. Time consuming means tốn thời gian. It takes a lot of time. It might take a lot more time, but the result is worthy. Nhưng mà cái kết quả đạt được thì rất là xứng đáng. I have a personal motto. Motto là phương châm. Tôi có một cái phương châm cho bản thân mình. Có một cái tiêu chí cho bản thân mình. Better safe than sorry. Okay. Chậm mà chắc. Chậm mà chắc. An toàn là trên hết. So carefulness in many cases is a must. Là điều bắt buộc. Điều bắt buộc. Okay. So that's everything for part 1, I guess. Lots of good things for you to learn, and you can try to look at the paper and answer all the questions again after watching this video, so you might get some better idea, a better picture of what it is like. Let's move on to part 2. Describe something difficult you would like to succeed in doing. You should say what it is, why it is difficult, how would you like to prepare for it, and explain why you like to be successful in doing it. Alright, so as I mentioned before, you should be doing your brainstorming by, drawing lines and grids like this. The first one would be what, alright, what it is. Is it, succeed in finding a job, succeed in an interview, or succeed in finding a boyfriend, girlfriend. All right, it depends on you. Why it is difficult? Okay, why hard? And then you can, have some highlights here. Secondly is, okay, and then how would you prepare for it? Okay, you can also highlight one or two things here, and then why you would like to be success in doing it. Okay, why success? Okay, give me one or two reasons why do you want to be successful in doing this kind of thing, and then that's it. All right, so after we finish brainstorming, we can go into describing things using some good vocabulary, using some good ideas, using some good structure in order to get higher score in your answer. Let's go. Well, I must admit that I am an ambitious person and I always want to reach higher goals in life. One obstacle I want to overcome is getting 8.0 overall in the IELTS test. This poses difficulty for me because of several reasons, ranging from the many new words I have to learn to writing academic style. I mean, it's a lot more than just learning a language. And because I know it's not simple, I've made both short-term and long-term plans for it. The first thing I need to do is to read a lot of academic materials in order to make myself familiar with the style of answer in IELTS. In addition, I must also enhance my writing and listening and speaking skills too, so that I can get higher overall band score. Regarding the reasons why, or regarding the reasons for my trying, I believe that having such a high score could open many doors of opportunities for me in terms of future prospects. I can have a choice for my job, either working for an international firm or a domestic one. But if I only speak Vietnamese, the chance would be a lot more limited. So on top of that, acquiring an 8.0 means that I have achieved a personal goal, and this will tremendously motivate me to try harder in the future for a better version of myself. All in all, I know that this is a huge obstacle, but I am determined to conquer it, and I believe in myself. So I'm very looking forward to that special moment to come. I hope that my dream will become true soon. Okay, so this is a standard answer for probably band 7.5. I expressed that in about 1 minute and 40 seconds. I'm not making it longer because I believe that if I give this to you, maybe you'll be expressing in about more than 2 minutes. So I think this is sufficient. Let's go over and okay, wait. Let's go over and we will do some analysis. Okay, so here we have. Ambitious, admit. Tôi phải thừa nhận rằng là. Alright. So admit is a verb, it's a good word. An ambitious person, so that's a noun phrase. Ambitious, tham vọng, person is a noun. Reach higher goals, that's a good one. Obstacle, chướng ngại vật. Okay, and then poses difficulty, gây khó khăn. Several reasons, that's a good phrase. Ranging from, từ việc là. Từ việc là phải học nhiều từ mới. To, okay, ranging from to, that's a phrase. They always go with each other. Academic style is also a good phrase. So, academic is an adjective and style is a noun. I mean is a lot more than just learning a language. I mean is a good one. A lot more than is also a good one. All right, both and short-term, long-term vocabulary. Okay, so this is the place where I was emphasizing academic material, that's noun phrase. Make someone familiar with something. Làm cho ai quen với cái điều gì đó. I want to make myself familiar with the weather in the north of Vietnam. I want to make myself familiar with the food in Singapore. In addition, that's good connection, good connective. Enhance is a better word of improve. Okay, so that is a way to link two ideas together. Regarding, that's a good way to connect one idea to another. Having such a high score, all right, having such a is also a good way to explain this. Open many doors of opportunities for me. All right, that's a very, very good phrase for you to learn. Open many doors of opportunities. In terms of is also a good phrase. Future prospects, nghĩa là triển vọng tương lai, triển vọng nghề nghiệp trong tương lai. Prospect, triển vọng. I can have a choice in my job, either or. So that's great grammar. International firm. International is an adjective. Firm is a company. That's a noun phrase. But if I only speak Vietnamese, I'm giving a hypothesis. Okay, I'm giving a hypothesis. If, and then, all right? But if I only speak Vietnamese, nếu như tôi thế này thì thế kia, all right? The chance will be very limited. All right, so that's good grammar. On top of that, so that's also another way that I can link one idea to another, all right? In addition, on top of that, regarding, those are all good connectives. Personal goal, all right? Tremendously, motivate, as a verb phrase. Tremendously is an adverb, and this is a verb. Tremendously means a lot. For a better version of myself. Maybe you understand it, but I don't know how to explain this. But it's a very good place, it's a very good phrase to say that, you know, you are always trying hard to be better day by day. All right, and then the huge obstacle. Determined to, quyết tâm làm điều gì đó. I am determined to conquer Everest. I'm determined to get 9.0. I'm determined to finish this job early. Looking forward to, that's also a good phrase. You often see that in writing letters. Mong chờ, all right? It just means expect. All right. Special moment, that's a noun phrase. All right, so overall, in this speaking answer, I have given a lot of great stuff. And a lot of advanced grammar, a lot of good vocabulary, and also no mistakes. So be sure that, you know, you answer in this way, and you can surely get a band over 7, 7.5 or 8, depending on how fluent, how natural you are. But just give it a chance, and then, or I will see you in the class. Hope you enjoy your day. Bye-bye.